that if you have a bad offer, right, you'll have negative profit, no business, and miserable life. If you have a decent offer, you'll have no profit, stagnating business, and stagnating life. If you have a good offer, you'll have some profit, an okay business, and an okay life. And if you have a premium Grand Slam offer, you'll have fantastic profit, insane business, and freedom, and you can achieve greatness. So this is very simple, right, to understand, but yet most of us don't actually do it. If you actually look at most people's offers, then they are not as good as they could be, even if they understand this. And this is huge. Like, I first saw this when Andrew Kirby was teaching this. I took a screenshot immediately, and it's based on, again, Hormozi's framework, which is so powerful. So we're gonna discuss it today. But it's really important for you to know this, because offers, like, no matter how much we talk about offers, they are still underestimated, right? Because truly, if you don't have a really premium offer, it's very hard to grow, even if you have a lot of leads, even if you are good at sales, even if you are getting your clients' results. All of this depends on what problem you are solving, who you are attracting, what's the offer proposition that you have, and that's gonna determine a lot of your success in business. So that said, let's now dive in and let's talk about the principle. Okay, so first of all, irresistible offers that sell themselves. This is the complete framework to build, price, and position an offer so good that people will feel stupid saying no. So what's the problem? Most businesses don't have a traffic problem, they have an offer problem. Now, of course, many of you also, if you get way more leads, that's gonna grow your business. But if you get way more leads and you have a strong offer, then you can scale way faster. If you are stuck between 10 to 60K a month, then this training is going to help you, because usually people at this price point, like at this range, can double their business relatively fast if they have a premium offer and they are able to drive traffic to it. It's both are super important. Now, these are 3 systems of a broken offer. Number 1, you sound like everyone else. If someone removed your name from your offer page, nobody could tell it apart from other competitors. When offers look the same, the only comparison is the price. Number 2, you compete on price, not value. You are afraid to raise prices because you think that people will leave or not buy. But the real issue isn't the price, is that perceived value is too low relative to the price. Number 3, every sale is a negotiation. Objections about price, timing, and let me think about it are not sales problems. They are symptoms of an offer that hasn't done its job. Because if your offer is really good, then you don't have to be that good at sales, right? Again, these are like, ideally, we want to improve everything. We want to have a great offer, be world-class at sales, have a lot of leads, and do it consistently, and that's how you're gonna scale. But usually, it's way better problem to solve to improve your offer than to try to become the best person at handling objections. Because if the offer is good and you are following some at least basic sales process, people shouldn't have as many sales objections, okay? Now, the good news is that your offer is one of the fastest things to fix. You don't need to rebuild your entire business. You need to rebuild how you package and present what you already do. So you don't have to necessarily start doing a lot more. We just need to change how people perceive it so they think that it's more valuable, therefore join, therefore take the actions, therefore get the results that they are after. So the core of this training is built on this thing taught by Alex Hormozi, which changed my life, which is called the value equation. Once you understand this, then you understand how to deliver value to the marketplace, how to solve problems, and that's what you get paid for. If you really truly get this, you are very close to understanding business itself, okay? Now, everything in this training is built on this framework, understanding this deeply, and you will never struggle with pricing, positioning, and offer creation. What is it? The value equation is this. You have dream outcome, perceived likelihood of achievement, divided by time delay and effort and sacrifice. So your goal is to increase the dream outcome, and we will break this down in depth. And if you have heard this before, don't worry, keep watching, because today I'm going to make it very practical for you. But times perceived likelihood of achievement, so how likely people think that they're going to achieve the result. And then you want to decrease the time delay and effort and sacrifice, right? So simply said, the way that you make money, the way that you make an offer, the way that you solve a problem, the way that you create value and then you get paid for it, is when you help someone to get what they want with as likely chance of that happening as possible, with as little work and sacrifice from them as possible. So if people want a six-pack, if you could do like this and they had a six-pack with guaranteed result and they had to do nothing and there were no side effects, That is a very valuable offer. If you could do like this and people scaled to $1 million and they didn't have to put any time and effort and do nothing whatsoever, and it was guaranteed, it would be the most valuable thing that you could ever do. So in this hypothetical, the closer we get to that, the better. But that's how you think about what actually value is. Is that we humans, we want things that we don't have, right? So there's always a gap between where we are and where we want to be. We don't have a six-pack, we want one. We don't have a business, we want one. We have a business that grows, but we want to grow it quicker, so it's not growing as fast as we want, right? So we want to be in this position where it does. Or we have a business that only relies on you, and you want a business that you can systemize, so you can work on the business, not in the business, so it can keep growing, even if you are not working in it day to day. This is like all of these things are current situation, desired situation, and this gap creates the pain. So your offer is designed to tell people that you can help them to get from here to here. And the most valuable offers make people realize that they can achieve this really good outcome that they want with as high chance as possible, with as little effort and sacrifice from them as possible. That's essentially what we do when we create an offer. We say, I will help you with this because that's what you want. These are all the reasons why it's gonna work, case studies, proof, guarantees, etc. My process, and here's why it's gonna take you less time and sacrifice, because I already went through years and years of failure in business, and here's the things that you need to do. So I saved you all of that time and sacrifice. If you want to make a good offer, you can just make it and go and run, and it's gonna be a bad offer and you wasted months. Or you can post in our community, we will give you feedback, and now you have a good offer. So again, there will be less effort and sacrifice from people because they will make sure that they get feedback from us, make their offers better, and once they go and launch it, it's more likely to work. So they don't have to go through too much trial and error themselves. That's why, for example, our offers are valuable, because we are helping people to get to the dream outcome with as much chance as possible and trying to decrease their time delay and effort and sacrifice as much as possible. So simply said, you want to help people to accomplish something really good, fast and easy. Now again, you don't want to lie to people, right? But we want to make our offer as much like that as possible. That's how you create value. That's how you create an offer that people feel stupid saying no to. Once you understand this, you can always look at your offer, look at this dream ideal offer that hypothetically might exist, and you want to come as close to that as possible. That's the whole process of making an irresistible offer, is taking your offer from where it is to, again, being close to this ideal. Now, to make your offer irresistible, you need to increase the top, bigger outcome and more belief, and decrease the bottom, faster results and less effort. Every component of your offer should move at least one of these four variables, or it doesn't matter. Now, a lot of these trainings are available for free with all of the templates, AI tools, private feedback for you to be able to implement in your business. And guess what? It's absolutely free. So if you are interested, the link will be down below in the description and you can apply to join there.